Football is a cruel game. One week, hope is sky high. The next, it feels like the roof is caved in. And right now, if you're a Chelsea fan, it feels like we're trapped in a nightmare on loop. Enzo Maresca's men went into the Brighton clash desperate for redemption. After the humiliation against Manchester United and the painful Champions League beating from Bayern Munich, Stamford Bridge needed something to cheer about. And for 45 minutes, Chelsea actually gave us hope. Energy, pressing, slick passing, and that much-missed fighting spirit were on display. But then, like a horror movie that refuses to end, the same old script unfolded again. A silly mistake, another red card, another collapse. Chelsea, from 1-0 up and in control, simply crumbled. Brighton smelled blood, turned on the pressure, and walked away with a 3-1 win that leaves Chelsea wobbling and fans speechless. That's now back-to-back defeats, back-to-back red cards, and a growing feeling that this season is slipping away before it's even started. But the scariest thing isn't the scorelines, it's the pattern. This isn't one bad game. It's not bad luck, it's not just football. The same mistakes, the same brain fades, the same chaos. It's happening every single match. And unless something changes, Chelsea aren't just out of the title race, they're on course for another disastrous season. Let's break it down. 1. Brentford, switching off at the worst possible time. It all started against Brentford. Chelsea were in control, but football is about 90 minutes, not 85. With the game winding down, Garnacho fell asleep defensively. He let his man drift behind him, Brentford pounced, and just like that, late equalizer. One lapse, one moment of carelessness, 1 point dropped. In isolation, you could brush it off as a freak mistake, but in hindsight, this was the warning shot. This was the first crack in the wall. Instead of learning, Chelsea carried this habit of self-destruction into the next games. Enter 2. Bayern Munich, a night of horror in the Champions League. If the Brentford slip was painful, Bayern Munich was humiliating. Chelsea didn't just lose, they gifted Bayern goals on a silver platter. Chalobah own goal, a defender's nightmare, wrong place, wrong time, and the ball in his own net. Caicedo, penalty, diving into a clumsy challenge in the box against world-class opposition, schoolboy error. Malo Gusto, assist to Harry Kane. You couldn't make it up. A Chelsea fullback delivering the perfect ball for the deadliest striker in Europe. It wasn't Bayern outclassing Chelsea, it was Chelsea helping Bayern. The Germans didn't need any favors, but Chelsea handed them 3. When you make these kinds of mistakes at the highest level, you get punished. And punished we were. 3. Manchester United. Chaos from the very start. If Bayern was painful, Manchester United was pure chaos. 5 minutes in, goalkeeper Robert Sanchez saw red. Gone, straight down the tunnel. Chelsea once again sabotaged themselves before the match even began. Maresca panicked, the substitutions were confusing, the shape was all over the place, and the defense, a complete mess. United barely had to work for their chances. Chelsea practically rolled out the red carpet. From start to finish, this game felt like Chelsea were playing against themselves. The red card set the tone, but the lack of composure, the poor decisions, and the mental collapse sealed it. Another defeat, another night of madness. 4. Lincoln, Carabao Cup. Even the small games aren't safe. You'd think against lower league opposition, Chelsea would finally steady the ship. Nope, same story, different stage. Enzo Fernandez, usually calm under pressure, played a reckless pass straight into danger. Lincoln pounced. Chalobah, once again, was in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. His positioning, his decision-making, it all fell apart. Chelsea should have cruised through. Instead, they made hard work of it, gifting chances where there should have been none. When even Carabao Cup ties feel like traps of self-inflicted pain, you know something is deeply wrong. And 5, Brighton, the breaking point. This was supposed to be the bounce-back game. This was supposed to be the "we've learned our lesson" moment. For 45 minutes, it looked promising. Enzo Fernandez scored, Reece James provided magic down the right, and Stamford Bridge had belief again. Then came the collapse. Andre Santos, under pressure, lost the ball in midfield. Brighton broke. Diego Gomez was clean through. Chalobah panicked and dragged him down. Red card. Same old story. From there, the writing was on the wall. Brighton turned up the pressure, Chelsea folded, and the result was inevitable. Another defeat. 5 games, 5 horror shows. Chelsea are in self-destruct mode. This is the most frustrating part. Chelsea aren't being beaten by brilliance, they're being beaten by their own mistakes. Look at the pattern. Brentford, switch off late. Bayern, own goal, penalty, freak assist. United, red card in 5 minutes, total collapse. Lincoln, sloppy pass, poor defending. Brighton, careless giveaway, reckless foul, red card. It's not tactics, it's not bad luck, it's not just football. The same mistakes, the same brain fades, the same chaos. It's happening every single match. And unless something changes, Chelsea aren't just out of the title race, they're on course for another disastrous season. Injuries making it worse. As if the mistakes weren't enough, the injury list is brutal. Levi Colwell's ACL blow was already devastating. Now, Tosin Adarabioyo and Wesley Fofana are also sidelined. Tosin with a calf problem, Fofana with a concussion after colliding with his own goalkeeper. That left Maresca with no choice but to throw Joral Hato into the deep end at center back. A talented kid, yes, but against Premier League strikers, it's the baptism of fire. When half your backline is out, you need discipline and focus. Instead, Chelsea are combining injuries with recklessness, a recipe for disaster. What's becoming clearer with each game is that Chelsea don't have the mental toughness needed to compete at the top. When things go well, the football looks great. High energy, pressing, quick combinations. But the moment something goes wrong, a red card, a bad call, a mistake, the whole team falls apart. Champions absorb pressure and stay calm. This Chelsea side panics and unravels. That's why every error feels like a knockout punch. Until the mentality shifts, no system or signing will fix this. The title race is over. Let's be brutally honest, Chelsea are out of the title race. Even the most optimistic fan knows you can't win the Premier League with this level of chaos. 5 straight games of individual errors, red cards, and defensive disasters. A team that can't defend, can't keep 11 men on the pitch, and can't handle pressure. Yes, there's still time to fight for top 4. Yes, there's talent in this squad. But talk of the title? It's finished. Gone. Over. Final thoughts, Chelsea are losing themselves. Chelsea 1-3 Brighton wasn't just another defeat. It was a symptom of deeper problems. Injuries, indiscipline, poor decision-making, and a team that doesn't seem to learn from its mistakes. The first half gave us hope. The second half gave us heartbreak. That's the story of Chelsea right now. Moments of promise, drowned by self-inflicted disaster. Enzo Maresca is under pressure. Fans are running out of patience, and unless something changes fast, this season could spiral out of control. Chelsea aren't just losing games, they're losing themselves.